My name is Joseph C. Ogbonna. I'm a Nigerian. I was a former high school teacher. I taught in international history. And I'm a historian. And I've taken particular interest in the history of the African continent. Okay, I'm a poet as well. I'm a prolific poet. I've written and extensively I've published in anthologies, in journals, in magazines, and I have my poems online. So much for this privilege granted me to be part of this forum. Okay, the title of my poem is "Don't Surprise Me, Europe." I am poor Africa, colonial Europe's partitioned cake. I am the ancestral habitat of the itinerant welfare speaker, the enslaved for the ephemeral promise of Occidental and Near Eastern paradise. I am the fugitive or stateless from the battle-weary enclave, and the audacious traveler consumed by choppy sea conditions in his odyssey to fantasy and distant lands. I brave the blistering heat of the desert and the belligerent Maghreb to have my needs sated in lands west of Bosporus. The corridors of death in the Sahara and central Mediterranean are my routes to the grave. There you will find my mass catacombs. But don't surprise me, Europe, with disdainful and squalid camps. Don't surprise me, Europe, with pejorative and exploitative tasks. Don't surprise me, Europe, with that age-old prejudice that enslaved me across the Atlantic. And don't surprise me, Europe, with historic, colonial, and neocolonial stereotypes. Okay, I have another poem to read. This one is titled "The African Migrant." I am like cattle in dire need of lush pasture. Pasture in the Occident, the Middle East, and across the Atlantic. I move as I'm guided by my chief headers. My gateways to these lush vegetation belts are the northern Maghreb, the dreadful deserts, the frightful eastern Mediterranean, and hopeful Lampedusa. I am guided by the strong-willed headers of my belly, conflict, exploitative labor, violence, seat-tight tyranny, and misrule. With lofty dreams in sight, I am drowned in literal seas. My quest for a promised land is truncated on the hot sands of perilous deserts, whilst the inexhaustible earth is never filled to capacity with our wearied bodies. Okay, thank you.